Okay, I'm gonna show you how to be a good YouTuber, okay? So if you have any clutter or mess in the background, no need to worry, because the camera only sees a little part of your room. So just make sure that the mess is out of frame. And ta-da, you look like you have control over your life. Hi there, Willford here, and welcome back to another episode of From ID to Release, the show in which I teach new and aspiring producers the techniques and tricks I would go about making a track. This episode, we're going to be talking about how to create a build-up for a melodic house style-ish, progressive house stylish track. So, might be a good idea to record the screen, actually. Let's do that, and... Ka-ching, now you can see it. Okay, so last episode we ended off with the breakdown here and the drop here, but I added some stuff to the breakdown according to the comments you guys left. Some of you said add some guitar, so I added some guitar layers down here. Like that, and I just did that by taking my guitar. I'll just do that. I took my guitar and I put my capo on the 5th fret. And just played the chords. I first figured out the chords, which I saved on this fruity notebook here. So it's F, C, G, A minor. And then that build-up of the chords we have is a D minor. And then the E minor, F, G. And then I also have that ARP playing in the background, which is just this. Like that. That's just that guitar, and I processed it a little bit. Let's just hang my guitar back. Okay, so that's processed a little bit like this. It's compressed a bit, as you can see here, and EQ'd. I EQ'd the low end of the ARP guitar. So we have just that high-end guitar sound. And on this bus right here, I compressed it a little bit more, amplified the high end a little bit more, and decreased the low end, added some reverb, and made it a little bit more stereo with the stereo enhancer. And then you have this. I also added a simplified version of the melody as someone else suggested, so that's now instead of this, it's just this. Like that. And I added a kick in the second part of the breakdown, which is nothing special, just a kick. And now altogether it sounds like this. Now we're going to try to fill in this part. So as usual, I have nothing prepared. I don't know what I'm going to be doing here. So let's just try something first. Something I usually do is I take a version of the leads, but I make it unique. And then I go to the pattern and I take away some of the layers. So now we have this. I'm going to be taking away the stereo layers, so the 2 and 4. So I decrease the power a little bit. So now it sounds like this. And now I'm going to be putting on a filter. So I'm putting it on steep 8, order steep 8, and then type low pass filter. So. And with this knob, I'm going to pull it straight and take it all the way here in its song with this position. So it starts there. And let's just draw an automation clip real quick like that. And then we go back here and use this knob here to create automation clip. And now we have a really simple low pass filter. Like that. So I'm going to put it here. And then going to do here is I'm going to put it up and then dip back down and back up. Like that. So I'm going to be introducing the rhythm of the chords as well. So but I don't want it to be that much high end there. So again, I think I'm going to be just using a low pass filter. So let's just take the parametric EQ, type low pass, and then order steep 8, so it's nice and steep. And then create the automation clip, and I'm going to keep it there for the entire time. So let's just paste value, and then at the very end, I'm going to follow the same route as the leads. So it's going to go down and then back up. So it really hits hard in the drop. That's what I'm looking for right now. So of course I can't just eliminate every single layer in the build-up. So I'm going to keep the pad. Or maybe even keep the sub bass. Yeah, that's a good one. So I'm gonna get rid of the pad, and I'm going to keep the sub bass and the snaps. Not the snaps, maybe the rides. No, not the rides either. Piano. Not a fan. I'm just going to change the low pass filter for the lead so it's actually audible right at the beginning, but it's still very low. Maybe I'm going to introduce the bass as well, but not the sub bass. I don't want to introduce the sub bass yet. So I'm just going to draw a line here, and I'm going to create an automation clip for the sub and just put it down here and then up. Because at the end, I don't want the bass to be there either. A cool trick with a build-up is to have a lot of power in it so it builds up to the drop, but don't make it too loud so the drop will hit hard, if that makes any sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take down the bass at the end, but put it right back up at the end. So right here. So now you have this. Okay, so I want that sub bass gone by the end and just all the low frequencies gone, because that's another trick you can use in a build-up. You can put a high pass filter on the master or on the melodic layers, and what that does, it eliminates the bass frequencies right at the end. So when you high pass filter, so when the drop actually hits, the bass will hit very hard. So let's just init the song in that position and create an automation clip. Same for this one. And then put it up here and here. The reason why I am making this automation clip, this mix level envelope, is because I don't want the low frequencies to be cut off by this little bump here. So when I don't need the EQ, I'm just going to get rid of it right there. Okay, so now we have this. I'm gonna take out the breakdown sub there. You see how that drop hits really hard because I don't really have too many layers in front of the drop? That's the trick we're going to use here. So now let's get to work on a snare. I have some snares here. Custom samples. I might have one here I really like. That one. I really like that snare. So I'm going to take that snare and put it in my project, like so. I'm going to make a a pattern called Buildup snare. I'm going to just put that here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a very long pattern, and just have as many as possible, and then another one. I need another one.
Another one. We the best.
Like the one before, but then just twice as many. So right there, and half a step, put it in between, so it's really quick. Like that. But we don't want it that loud, obviously. But now we have this pattern right here. And something I usually do is just I take the pattern and cut it up. And then what I do is I put the things where I need them. So I want the fourth beats, I want it to last this long. Okay, but now the snare is so loud that it actually takes away energy from the drop. So I'm going to put it in here. I'm going to do some little tricks with it. Let's make a volume automation for that snare and make it go down. We obviously don't want that end to be there. So now we have this for the snare. I'm going to add another automation for the snare, which is going to be a pitch automation. So we're going to turn the range up to about 12, create automation by the pitch wheel right here, and now turn it up like that. Don't you just love it when FL just crashes? It just stops all of your hopes and dreams. Let's just hope it's saved, because if it's not, I'm just gonna, okay, it's saved. So now we have this little buildup of the snare here. It's now snare pitch. And I actually hear the pitch going up. Okay, so now we need some uplifters, some audio uplifters that really fill up the empty space. And I really like this one uplifter I have somewhere. It's in this folder, uplifter 13. You might have seen it in some of my other projects. But it's this amazing uplifter. Okay, so now let's add some pitch risers to this. I might have some here. I have this. This is a good one for the background, this one, because it's pretty ugly in the foreground, but I like it. Let's mix all these. So now we have this one, and this one. Let's all assign them to a mixer track and dim this down. Okay. Okay, so this is way too mid-frequency-ish. Okay, that's cool. Add some reverb. And before that, some kickstarts to give it a little bit of a sidechain. Cool. Now, let's take a look at the beep rise. This has a very annoying low-end attack. You can see it here. So let's just EQ that out. Cool. Add a little bit of reverb. And again, a little bit of kickstart for the sidechaining. Now let's take a look at this one. This one is definitely going to be EQ'd because the low end is annoying me. You see how much low end there is? You don't want that. And now let's do levels. So we have the upper here. Okay, cool. Now let's take a look at the beat drive. And now this one. So now we have this for the build-up. Oh, I really don't like that. Let's just keep that. Now let's take a look at the transition between these two because it's not really explosive enough. I have this, I don't know where it is, but I have a reverse crash. Let's scrap that. I need this one in my build-up. This sounds good. Okay. But not that loud, obviously. Let's just tone it down a bit. Put it in the mixer track that was meant to be this one. So that's right about here. Okay, I want this to be a little bit more explosive, like I said. I was thinking about that sample. And I love that. So let's just take that sample. This is much too low endy, so let's this other one as well. This. These are very explosive, so they work really well for an explosive transition like breakdown to build-up and that kind of stuff. So same is for this one. It's too low end. Okay, let's add a fill to the drop. So I like this fill a lot, I like it. But it doesn't really fit within the overall style of the track too much. Yeah, that's much better actually. So just leave those shakers out. Just leave those shakers out. Simple as that. I like it. I like it, especially because I'm thinking of adding a vocal over this track just for the purpose of the actual series. Especially with a vocal over this, this will sound pretty cool. So I think that's our build-up done. Okay, that was it for today's episode, I think. So if you've learned anything today, please leave a like and make sure to subscribe. Actually, before I leave, my Australian buddy Darby, he made an edit of last episode we did, and I was just bobbing my head to the music without any emotion on my face, and he thought, hey, let's put some future house music on it. So this is what it looks like. So huge thanks to Darby for that. So that was it for today. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.